The official attendance was 7,418. The StubHub said it went totally clean. Every seat that was able to be sold was sold. Actually, there's some television production kills and things of that nature, but we appreciate all the fans coming out. They recognized the matchups tonight. I'd like to give a lot of thanks to Peter Nelson and HBO for Peter's support of the 115-pound super flyweight division. I think we saw so much talent tonight. Even Brian Valoria had a tremendous fight also, and that wasn't even on HBO. So we appreciate Peter's investment in the super flyweight division and HBO's support. And with the matchups we saw tonight, I really think we'll see Superfly 2 and Superfly 3. It's such a red-hot division right now, and so much talent. You know, when you have Inoue, it's got to be one of the top pound-for-pound fighters. The way Estrada fought tonight and beat Cuadras, and then you look at what Rungvisai did was tremendous. So with that, I'd like to turn over the microphone. Peter, would you like to say a few words on behalf of HBO?
I just want to thank all the fighters involved in the show tonight. I want to thank the managers and the promoters involved as well. This was a wonderful night for fight fans. Anyone who wasn't a boxing fan before tonight, watching the fights tonight, I'm sure they became a boxing fan for life. And I'm jealous of that feeling. I remember when it happened to me. I want to thank Tom Loeffler in particular, who had the vision to put this show together and really brokered all these deals with a variety of different promoters from a host of different countries. And for a sport that often is very fragmented, it's nice when you can find 6 fighters at the top of a division who are all going to fight each other and are going to do it on one show. It was a great event, and HBO is privileged to have been a part of it.
Thank you, Peter. Like I said, you know, Peter had the vision and the foresight when we were doing the Triple G shows, when we were looking for what can we do as the best co-feature. And you know, there was this guy from Nicaragua who was considered the best pound-for-pound fighter, and Peter said, let's put on Chocolatito. And ever since Chocolatito made his HBO debut, it really, that was at the flyweight at that time, but it really showed a big spotlight on the lighter divisions. And this Superfly show is a result of Peter's vision. So what I'd like to do now is introduce my friend from Sanford Promotions, Fernando Beltran, who can speak more specifically about Estrada's fight, about the future, what he sees for Estrada. The WBC has ordered that Rungvisai has to defend against Estrada as a mandatory now. So I'd like to introduce Fernando Beltran.
Thank you very much, Tom. Thank you very much, Peter. I really appreciate the effort of Tom Loeffler and Peter Nelson to show the world that the guys who only weigh 115 pounds can really entertain in the television, can really put fights together like the ones that we saw tonight. Honestly, I believe, with a lot of respect to the other fighters, that Juan Francisco Estrada is the best 115-pounder in the world. And he's got an L in his record with Chocolatito Gonzalez, but that loss is not an excuse. It's the only fight in his career that he fought in 108. The only one. He never fought in 108. He only fought one fight, and it was a hell of a fight. And now we're very happy that Peter Nelson, HBO, we would like to thank also Tecate, that has been working very close with Triple G, with Tom, with us here in the States, and with HBO also. Tecate, I would like to thank them because they are big supporters of the sport. And we're very happy that you guys include us in this show. I think we really put a great performance. We are ready to fight tomorrow. The Thai guy, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Rungvisai. And the future of Juan Francisco Estrada is to fight the world champion, the guy who just knocked out Roman Gonzalez. And of course, we want to do it here. we want to do it this year, and we want to do it in HBO. Absolutely, I think we all deserve to do this, to see this tremendous matchup. I know the winner is going to be the audience of television, the audience present here. And we want to come back here. We feel very lucky because right now in my country, in Mexico, we have fighters. We have 3 fighters that just won the title this year. 3 fighters that two of them are being in HBO. Of course, the great up and coming Miguel Berchel from Cancun, Mérida, Yucatan also. And Luis Neri just won the title from Tijuana. He's not been in HBO yet. And Juan Francisco Estrada, who tonight just put a tremendous performance. We feel very blessed, very lucky. And honestly, I would like to turn the microphone to Estrada and to see what he wants to do if he saw the fight of the Tiger again and against Gonzalez. And I would like to turn the microphone and ask Juan Francisco how he feels. It's going to be translated by my co-promoter in the show, Juan Hernandez, who we make a great team in the career of Juan Francisco Estrada. And congratulations, Juan. And I know he's the best 115 in the world. Thank you very much.
Bueno, buenas noches. Pues más que nada estoy muy contento por esta gran victoria ante un gran peleador como Carlos Cuadras, un ex campeón del mundo.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming. I'm very happy for my win against Carlos Cuadras, who's a great former champion.
Bueno, yo demostré que en los supermoscas también traigo para ser campeón del mundo.
I think I showed everybody that at super flyweight, I'm also going to become a world champ.
Quiero agradecer a HBO por esta gran oportunidad que me brindó.
I want to thank HBO for this great opportunity.
A mi empresa Latin Sport, a Fernando Beltrán de Sanfer por esta gran oportunidad y pues ojalá que HBO me siga apoyando y seguir peleando aquí en Estados Unidos.
I want to thank my promoters for this great opportunity, and I hope that HBO keeps supporting me so I can keep giving the fans great fights like tonight in the U.S.
Espero que pues hayan disfrutado de esta gran pelea entre dos mexicanos muy buenos y pues ojalá que pues se venga la pelea buena con el campeón que ahora es Rumisai y pues ojalá que se dé muy pronto.
I hope everybody enjoyed the show between 2 Mexicans. It ended up being a real war, and I'm ready to fight the champion who ended up being Rubinsai, and I hope it's as soon as possible.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you, guys.
We're going to just take a couple questions. Just raise your hand. Go ahead, Francisco.
Juan Francisco, felicidades, como te expliqué antes. El momento cuando se anunció las puntuaciones y se anunció que Carlos Cuadras ganó, ¿qué fue que estaba en tu mente a ese momento?
Sin duda yo sabía que había ganado la pelea, ¿no? Desde antes de la decisión y pues sí me saqué de onda. Era una pelea que había ganado de calle, ¿no? Lo tumbé y pues tal vez los primeros rounds sí estuvo un poco cerrada la pelea, pero yo sabía que había ganado y pues sí me saqué de onda, ¿no?
Anyone else?
Can you translate?
I'm sorry.
Sure. The question was, what went through your mind after you heard the scorecards that were first read for Carlos Cuadras? And the answer was, I was really thrown off. I thought I won the fight very clearly. I thought I dominated the fight. I even dropped him. So I was just very surprised at the beginning.
Go ahead, please, in the back.
Gallito, te vemos igual de serio, parece que no ganaste, parece que perdiste. Primero que nada, ¿en qué momento te diste cuenta que envolviste a Carlos Cuadras con tu pelea, con tu boxeo? Ya decidiste tomar.
Bueno, yo siempre he sido serio, siempre he sido, pues, yo dedicado a lo mío, ¿no? Yo me subo al ring, como le dije Cuadras, arriba vas a pagar todo lo que no te dije abajo, y pues así fue, ¿no? Y pues la verdad que fue una gran pelea, como digo, es un gran peleador, y pues yo demuestro siempre todo arriba del ring con mis puños, ¿no?
The question was, Estrada, you look very serious, even though you just won a big fight. You're a very serious guy. Why is that? And the answer was, I consider myself kind of a quiet person. I like to work hard and do my talking in the ring, and I feel that's exactly what I did tonight.
We'll take one more. Go ahead, Steve.
Gallo, what was your reaction to the main event and
¿Qué es tu reacción de la pelea estelar y Rubinsay noqueando al Chocolatito de esa manera?
Bueno, yo creo que de hecho yo pensé que iba a ganar Chocolate por nocaut y fue al revés. La verdad sí me sorprendió, pero yo sé que puedo ganarle a Rumisai y para eso nos preparamos para esta pelea a ganar y pues ir por el campeón, ¿no? Y que ahora es Rumisai y yo sé que puedo ganarle.
It was definitely a surprising result. I actually thought that Chocolatito was going to win by knockout, but he ended up losing by knockout. But I'm extremely confident that I can beat Rubinsay, and I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen next.
Well, with that, we'd like to wrap up again. Big congratulations to Juan Francisco Estrada, the official mandatory challenger for the WBC World Championship. Congratulations, Fernando, Zanfer, Juan. Congratulations for a tremendous performance.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you very much for being here, and thank you very much for supporting the career of Juan Estrada. Thank you.
So we'll still bring out Inoue and Rungvisai. Inoue is ready to come out right now.
Bien, estas fueron las declaraciones del boxeador Juan Francisco Gallo Estrada después de esa gran victoria sobre Carlos Cuadras tenía esta noche. Aquí seguimos con este espectacular. Aquí seguimos directamente de la sala de conferencias de prensa para el diario de la prensa. Nos habíamos despedido, pero quisimos que vieran ustedes también el ambiente que se vive aquí también, el ambiente que se vive aquí en la sala de prensa. Naoya Inoue está por acá presente. Le ganó Antonio Nieves y defendió por sexta ocasión su título de las 115 libras de la OMB.
So, right now we'd like to recognize the talents of Naoya Inoue, the WBO super flyweight champion. The performance that he put on tonight lived up to all expectations. He lived up to his nickname, the Monster. When you can take apart a world-class fighter like Antonio Nieves with those body shots that were making everybody wince at the ringside, it was a spectacular performance. It's one thing to be given the stage on HBO and at an arena like this. It's another thing to put on that type of a performance, that type of a stoppage performance and dominant performance. So with that, we'd like to have Nobu, maybe Mr. Inoue can say a few words and you can translate for the media.
今日は、本当にありがとうございました。
Thank you everyone for today.
アメリカでの、デビュー戦も、7ラウンドですね、7ラウンド、危険で終わることができ、自分としては、結果的には良かったと思っています。
My American debut, I was able to complete 7 rounds and have a successful finish, and I'm grateful.
もう少しきっぱりといい勝ち方を、したかったですが、また今後、そういうボクシングを見せていきたいと思います。
I wanted to finish with a more spectacular finish, but in the future, I hope to do so on my future fights.
Good, so we can open it up for questions. Again, Nobu will translate the questions and then translate the answers from Inoue.
Naoya, do you feel that if you continue to be a great fighter and bring it over here to the United States that you can become a real star on American soil, or will your size hold you back? And Peter, I wanted to get your thoughts on that as well after Naoya answered that.
このようないいパフォーマンスを見せて、アメリカでスーパースターになれると思いますか？それとも階級が小さいから低い階級だから、 なれないと思いますか？
まあ、今後、まだこういうボクシングを見せていって、まあ、階級を上げていく予定なので、またどんどんやっていきたいです。
Yes, I like to keep performing well like I did tonight, and I also plan to go up in weight as well in the future.
And what I'd contribute to that is that, you know, anyone who's seen the documentary on HBO, The Defiant Ones, recently saw Jimmy Iovine say that greatness can come from anywhere. And tonight we saw that it can come at the super flyweight division, and it can come from any country in the world, and tonight it came from Japan.
Next question, please. Go ahead.
Monsta-san,
Bien,
who taught you to
estamos
show
viendo
up
aquí en
like the way you did?
la conferencia de prensa,
なんであのよう
en
な
este
消
nuevo
防
Facebook Live para la prensa.
ちょっ
Les habló
と
Pablo Flete desde Carson,
見せ
California.
流しの
Buenas
と
noches.
ころがあったじゃないですか。試合の中で向こうパフォーマンスというかちょっと向こう誘うような、あれはなぜそういうことしたんですか？
相手の選手も逃げ一辺倒でこれじゃ試合にならないと自分でも思ったので。
Well, the opponent was running, and I thought this wasn't going to make a good fight, so I wanted to get him to come out more.
Go ahead, Francis.
What was your reaction to the main event with sort of the side knockout?
メインイベントの感想は、
まあ一言で言うと、まあ衝撃的な結末で、まあ、完全シーサーゲットの土俵でやってる印象でした。
in one word, it was very, it left an impact on me, and it was a one-sided fight for Shisaket.
Go ahead, Francis.
You have boxing fans here in the United States. Many came to StubHub Center. How much did you want to? How did that motivate you to want to have a solid performance, especially in front of many boxing fans who came to see you fight?
アメリカであなたのファンがたくさんいて、今日スタブハブセンターに来られたんですけれども、それはどう思いますか？
アメリカでこんなにもたくさんのファンの方が、いて、まあ、自分もすごく嬉しく思いますし、まあ、これからもどんどんいい試合をしていってファンの方を増やしていきたいなと思います。
I'm pleasantly surprised that there are so many fans here, and it motivates me to put on better performance as I go up.
Francisco, I wanted to just follow up on that. It's one thing to have a great performance like Naoya had, but the amount of tickets that he sold, all his Japanese fans, the Japanese media, he had 20 media coming from Japan that were really following him for all fight week. That's a huge statement in addition to his talents in the ring. It's his popularity in Japan, which will translate over here in the United States. I'd like to recognize his promoter, Mr. Ohashi from Ohashi Promotions. Stand up, Mr. Ohashi. Mr. Ohashi is promoter from Japan, who was kind enough to allow Inoue to fight on the show. And I have a question for...
He's also a former WBA and WBC minimum weight champion.
So I just was informed by Nobu that Mr. Ohashi was former WBA and WBC minimum weight champion. So not only is he a great promoter, but was a great fighter. And for Peter, my question is, can you see champion Inoue fighting on HBO in the future more times?
I love being put on the spot. I appreciate that just after the fight. You know, I think what we've seen with Inoue over the past year or so is that a large contingent within the American press has said again and again that they want to see him fight in the United States. And fortunately, between Mr. Ohashi, between Mr. Honda, Inoue himself, and Tom Loeffler, this opportunity arose. And whenever someone delivers a performance like this, people want to see him again. And for people who really know boxing, what they probably know about his opponent is that amateur and pro, he not only had never been knocked out, but he had never been down. So to stop a fighter like that, who's a professional and knows how to fight, which Nieves clearly does, is an accomplishment on itself, and I think it's a testament